Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I start this video, I want to preface this with a little bit of, information. Now, if you're going to skip this part of the video, I suggest you don't, but I will leave a timestamp down below for when this video actually starts. But I really think that you should listen to what I have to say. It's probably going to be the best video you're ever going to see on how to actually start the process to becoming a full-time trader. And if someone would have showed me this map, or at least a video similar to this, I probably would have become a full-time trader a lot sooner, instead of hopping around here and there trying to figure out what to do next. Who can I go to if I have questions about what my next step should be, or if it's even the right step? I mean, things like that. So if you're someone that has these kinds of questions, then this video is definitely for you. And regardless, you should still look at this video, because you're probably going to find a lot of very useful information here. I'm going to give you guys some really good golden nuggets that I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to appreciate. So, without wasting more time, let's do this. Okay, so you want to become a full-time trader. Now, I want you to remind yourself why you want to become a full-time trader. What's your motivation? What is the thing that you desire the most? And I want you to write it down so that way you can look back into it when times get tough. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Following this plan is going to be a little bit challenging because, well, when you start anything new, it can be pretty difficult, especially trying to be consistent with it. And I want you to think of trading as this business that you're starting. Now, there's plenty of people that have started businesses and then quit. And I want you to look at it like this. First, it's you start something new, right? And you're in a roller coaster of emotions, but you're steadily going up, right? You have your ups and you have your downs. And then as you're going up, all of a sudden you hit a part in your trading journey where it feels like it's blocked. Now, this is probably the only reason why traders aren't full-time traders or aren't successful, is because at some point throughout their journey, they hit this roadblock. It might not be the same one as you or I have hit, but there is one. And what they do is they stop. They say, you know what, trading isn't for me. I'm just gonna go and do something else. But deep down inside, they still have that desire. So what do? Later on down the road, they pick it up again. They go through the same roller coaster of emotions. Oh, wow, this is cool. I'm starting to learn again, whatever. And then they hit that same roadblock. Same thing for anyone that's starting any kind of business. Everybody goes through this kind of roadblock, right? It's all nice and sweet at first, and then they hit that roadblock. And the problem is too, is that even if you do pick up something different, right, and you go through that roller coaster of emotions, you're still going to hit a roadblock. And then you end up picking up a habit of quitting and then starting something else, going through that roller coaster of emotions, and then you hit that roadblock. All right. I'm here to tell you, please stay consistent. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it can be, you need to stick to it. Take it little steps, baby steps. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be too small. It can be whatever you feel comfortable with. Sometimes, even as a trader, you have to take a step or two back, but you only do that so that way you can take 5 or 10 towards your future. There's nothing wrong with having to go back a little bit and understand or go through the things that you need to learn. I've personally have had moments in my trading journey where I thought, you know what, I'm not going to make it as a trader. I'm probably not going to make that a reality. But then I broke down, okay, why exactly am I thinking that? What is causing me to think those kinds of thoughts? Oh, it's because I'm trying to learn this. Well, why can't I learn this? Well, I don't understand this part. Okay, well, let's find out exactly what I need to know to understand that very specific part. And then I break it down. Oh, okay, turns out I needed to learn what this means. Or I needed to learn what's the definition of this other term. And then slowly piecing it together. Some people, it takes longer than others to become that full-time trader, or just to become anything. In general, you have to be able to identify what it is that you're struggling with and then break that down. And then if you realize that that part that you just broke down is also another roadblock, then break that down and then build up from there, right? Break it down to where you finally find something that you do understand and say, okay, this is where I need to start and build up to. Okay? Now, with that being said, let's move on to that next part. do you have enough cash flow? This is a very, very important thing to note. Why? Because if you don't have any money, how are you going to invest in your future? How are you going to start your trading journey? Not everything is going to be free. At some point during this journey, you will have to invest in yourself. So you need to make sure you have some money coming in, which leads me to my next point in this slide. If your answer is, yes, I do have enough money coming in. Let's say you have a good, stable job. It's paying you pretty good money, right? Maybe you're making around $4,000 a month and you're pretty stable. You're all right. You might even have some savings here and there, although savings in this economy is really more of a luxury. But if your answer is yes, then congratulations. You can skip to this part right here. Now I'm going to touch up in a little bit on what this is. But if you do have that good cash flow coming in, you're definitely going to be able to skip a very big step. But if your answer is different from a yes, and it's obviously a no, then you're in the same boat I was in. Now, your main option is you have to make more money, right? If your answer is no, you need to make more money. Now, the main reason why is because it can also affect your trading psychology. And you might be wondering, how the heck is it going to affect my trading psychology? What does making more money have to do with it? Reason being is because if you're going to invest any money, you're going to have some kind of emotional attachment to it. And if, let's say, you are not a very experienced trader and for some reason you decide to do the dumb thing of putting money into the market, you're probably going to lose that trade, not because your strategy is bad, but because you are not psychologically equipped to see your account in red, because you're broke, because you're a simple brokey. And because you don't have enough money to throw away, you're going to want to save as much of it as you can by cutting losses. So when I say making money is extremely important, that is why. Now let's explore a few avenues here. Now, how do we solve that money problem? The obvious answer is get a better paying job, right? Just get a better job, a better paying job, get it full time, and just focus your time and energy on saving up that money. And in a little bit, I'll tell you how much I recommend. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take any of this to heart. This is just strictly educational purposes only here, okay? I'm just telling you what I did. Now, I didn't just get a better job. I got the best that I could. At the time, I was only making $15 an hour, and when I realized that I had to get another kind of income, what I did is I took the other route, which was pursue a career outside of trading. This is your other option. If you are someone that's in college and you're doing something related to science, technology, engineering, and math, any one of those things, and you're still in the middle of pursuing it or currently pursuing it, I highly suggest you stick to it and finish it. Why? Because you can later on use that money that you're going to make off of that job to put into your trading career. Or if for some reason you want to leave trading, you decide, you know what, trading wasn't actually for me, then guess what? You now have a good career or job that you can rely on for your income, instead of doing the dumb thing and just throwing whatever little penny you have left into the stock market, into the Forex market, or whatever market you want to trade. It's very important that you pursue something first. Have something that you can't lose, in a sense. What I did was I ended up getting a CDL. I got my CDL, I got a Class B. I did not go for an A because obviously I wasn't going to make a career off of that. And I scraped up whatever little money I could get from it, and I paid for it actually with some credit cards. But at the time, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not saying get yourself in debt, but that's what I did because I had no other option. So just get something. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just make sure it's reliable and you're making some pretty decent money. Whether you decide to go with this option or this option, the goal is to make 1 to 2K of free recurring burnable cash. Now, what do I mean by free recurring burnable cash? The free part, I mean any money that you have left after paying your bills. If after paying your bills, you have 1 to 2K to spend, then you're good. Not only does it need to be money that is left over, it has to be money that you're willing to literally almost burned. Money that you're not afraid of losing. Money that you can say, you know what? I lost it. I mean, it sucks, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I can make it back in maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, right? It's not going to take you an insane amount of time to make your money back. Why? Because again, it will affect your trading psychology at some point, or your journey trying to invest in yourself. You need to have some money left over that you can throw away, because look, you're going to make some seriously expensive mistakes during this journey, especially if you are not good at deductive reasoning. Look, I threw away so much money. I mean, I don't even want to begin to tell you how bad I suffered because of my spending habits and because of how badly I was scammed out here. These trading streets is cold, man. I am telling you, you need to have some kind of money that you can throw away and not have any emotional attachment to it. Now, I'm not saying you're just going to throw away the money and, oh, well, call it a day, whatever. No, I'm just saying that you got to have some kind of money that you can say, okay, I lost it. It sucks, but hey, I can still make it back. Not a huge problem, not the end of the world. I'll still be a-okay. All right? Just use a little bit of logic here. Just follow it. All right, some people are going to say that's very little. Some people are going to say that's too much. I don't care. This is what I started off, and this is what I recommend. All right? So let's move on. Now, before I start planning on your ways to educate yourself, I want to take a little side quest. The money that you have left over, instead of just blindly throwing it into a broker and losing it, why don't you put your money to work for you? This is what I wish someone would have told me and guided me. Now, what I'm about to tell you is something almost no Forex guru or mentor that you know out here is going to tell you this. They will not. What I wish someone would have told me was to put it in a broker. It can be whatever broker of your choice with the highest leverage, and then have a trading bot trade it for you. Again, this is not financial advice. This is strictly for educational purposes. Now, I actually gave out the trading bots that I recommend on my Discord. I'm not going to tell you guys what they are here because I'm really scared of some idiot trying to sue me or whatever. So if you want to know what they are, go on my Discord. Again, my Discord is free. I don't sell any of this stuff to you guys. It's all for free. Just check it in the Discord. If you have any questions, just let me know. But yeah, put your money to work. Now, if you don't want to put it in a broker, then do it by investing in something else. Put it in a high interest savings account or anywhere that's paying you interest. So let's move on to the actual next part of this video. Now you will start planning on ways to educate yourself. What I mean by that is start looking for resources online, whether it's my content, someone else's content on YouTube. It could be like, for instance, Eman Trading, Moham Trading. Those are the channels I recommend. There's a few others like Doyle Exchange. His content is free on YouTube, although I think he does sell a course. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't buy it though. But that's just my opinion. Sorry, Doyle. Just look for anything that can be of resource to you, to what you want to learn, whether it's options, stocks, Forex. I personally recommend Forex. I made the switch from stocks to Forex for many reasons. But yeah, just start planning on ways to educate yourself. Maybe find a mentor that you see as reputable, someone that you're willing to pay, I'm not gonna lie, a good bit of money. Maybe it can be $1,000, $2,000. I mean, who knows? Just don't spend over, like, my limit starting off would be like over 2K in total. That's just my opinion. Some of you might say, man, you're stupid, bro. I'm not paying over $2,000 to learn how to trade. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest. If it's someone that's reputable and actually knows what he's doing, a mentor over a course is going to be 100 times better. Why? Because it shortens the learning curve by a huge ton. And I mean a huge ton. It will shorten it. Now, quick shameless plug here, but I've given you guys everything that I know, and I'm still going to keep putting out more content to try to better educate yourselves here, so that way you don't have to pay anyone for mentorships. I personally, in my opinion, I think you'll be just fine if you just join the Discord and watch my videos, but it's up to you. But if there is someone out there that you want to learn from, it's going to cost you some money. And I'm not gonna lie, paying $1,000 to $2,000 to be taught one-on-one is very little money, considering the fact that these guys are making over 6 figures a year. I mean, just think about that. So yeah, definitely start looking and planning on ways to educate yourself here. This is even a biblical standard, and this is from Proverbs 18:15. And it says, an intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. So during this time, you need to look and start looking for ways to educate yourself. Just because you're broke or if you don't have any money right now or you're starting off doesn't mean you can't educate yourself. You have to be smart about it and you have to be wise, okay? Remember that. Now comes the investing process. Once you have all that dialed in, start the investing process in yourself. And what I mean is, if you found that course or that trader or mentor or guru, whatever, start paying either for their course, although I don't recommend paying for a course because everything on YouTube is probably 100 times better than what they have to sell you. Maybe the only thing that's actually worth investing into is probably their Discords, just because you can get a response from them more than likely as if you were to opposed to like send them a DM on Instagram. But yeah, start the process and investing in yourself. And if you have to pay that one mentor those $1,000 or 2,000, do it. You do what you have to do, right? Get that learning curve shortened. Again, I have everything on here for free. Personally, I am planning on doing some kind of one-on-one thing, but I haven't really focused too much into it because I want to pour more time into making content for you guys. But if by any chance you really are interested and you do want to learn from me and you think I am, I guess in a sense, worthy enough to pay, then sure. I'm not going to charge you over $1,000 or $2,000 either. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But I would much rather you just look at the videos. Please just look at the videos themselves and join the Discord, ask me questions there, and I'll do my best to answer you, or someone will try to give you a close enough to an answer that you need. So yeah, just be ready to start investing in yourself during this process. And remember, you might have a few bad investments here and there, but I'm trying my best to guide you in the best direction possible. The next and obvious thing to do is become a profitable trader. And the way that you can determine whether you're a profitable trader can be pretty subjective. It can be whether you have a backtested strategy with a lot of data. And I'm talking about over 100 trades. It has to be a lot over that. Or another thing could be maybe you have been demoing for maybe at least a year, and you've been able to stay profitable on that demo account. It could be that you took a mentorship under someone's guidance, right? That one-on-one mentorship. And they said, hey, you're good to go, man. You're a profitable trader, whatever. There can be many ways to determine that. The point is you have to be able to feel comfortable in yourself to trade either your own capital or a prop firm's capital. You cannot just quit your job and say, okay, now I'm going to learn how to become a profitable trader. That's just stupid. Don't do that. Okay. Find a way to measure what you think is the most objective way to measure whether you are a profitable trader or not. And something I suggest is learn how to scalp and learn how to swing trade. Why? Because if you learn how to scalp, you'll be able to make money a lot quicker rather than waiting for a day or 2 or 3 or a week or a month for your trade to play out. Now, when I say learn how to swing trade, that could also be beneficial because let's say you don't want to be a full-time trader. You just want to add a little bit of extra money towards your income. Well, you can use a swing trading strategy that you personally have backtested and vetted, and you could just make money off of that on the side. Or maybe that time that you're working, you can use a swing trading strategy to maybe get funded. Who knows? Or trade your own capital. Whatever. It's up to you. Another thing too is that your psychology must be intact. Being a profitable trader doesn't also mean making money. It also means that you're psychologically able to handle the money that you will be making and the money that you're losing. You have to get those two things intact because sometimes you will have bad trading days, a bad trading week, a bad trading month, and you have to make sure that psychologically you are able to handle that. That's why it's important to at least forward test at least a year to make sure you have your psychology intact. After finally becoming that profitable trader, the next step is to become a part-time trader. We're not going to go into being a full-time trader just yet. Now, there's two ways of going by this. The first one is you get a part-time job, right? You get a job where you're still making a little bit of decent money, or let's say you have enough money saved, for you to be able to cover your bills, while at the same time working part-time and hopefully making some money off of your trading journey, your trading career. That's one way to do it. And the second best way that I personally recommend is to just become a swing trader full-time. Now, what I mean is, don't try to scalp during your working hours. Don't try to scalp in the bathroom. I know, because I used to do that. Just become a swing trader. Now, if you don't have a swing trading plan, you should have thought of that before moving on to this next step. But I'm currently in the works of making one. Hopefully, I'll have it out soon. I just need to finish a few things. But hopefully, by the time you're watching this video, it's already out. But, I mean, who knows? Just look at my channel. Hopefully, it's up there by now. But yeah, become a swing trader. And if you can, get funded under a prop firm. And after that, then you can move on to this next step. So no matter which option you choose, whether it's this one or this one, this is the next thing, right? So you have to do that for at least a year. Whichever option you chose to do, this one or this one, do it for at least a year. Why? Well, first of all, let me start off with this, because I know some people are going to complain and give me a lot of heat for this. Some people might say a year is not enough. I disagree. I think under a year, you can learn a lot, because you already did all the stuff I told you to do before in the past. This year is going to be specifically dedicated to fully trading part-time. Fully trading part-time. Not learning, not trying to figure things out. I mean fully trading part-time and seeing how your strategy or whatever strategy you chose to go for works out for you. This is the part where you also have to master that psychology aspect of losing real money and making real money. So at least do it for a year and see how it goes for you. And if you see that it actually works out, right? You've got all your data, you've collected everything, you did your homework, you never stopped educating yourself. If after a year, everything goes as planned, or at least close to it, then you can now go full time. This is the part that we all are striving to get to. This is the main goal for everyone that gets into this business or journey. So after you've done that, congratulations, you can now finally go full time. And one more thing, if you do become a prop firm trader or funded with a prop firm, make sure to at least get a payout, because if you do lose a challenge later on down the future, you won't have to stress of whether or not you are capable of passing a challenge or getting paid out. You now have it in the back of your head of, it's all good. I might have lost this challenge, but you know what? I know for a fact that I am fully capable of getting funded again and getting paid out again. Plus, I still have some money set aside to pass the challenge without rushing myself, without having to worry about what am I going to do for income or whatever the case may be. I'm good to go. So make sure you get paid out. Make sure you put in all the work that I just laid out for you. Study this plan, study this guide. Don't go in there foolishly. Please try to get into this plan as detailed as possible. And if there's something that I might have missed in each step that you think should have been added, write it down for yourself and share it down in the comments. Okay? Please don't go in this blindly. Something that the Bible says in Proverbs 6-8, specifically being prepared and preparing yourself. It says, go to the ant, you slacker, observe its ways and become wise. Without leader, administrator, or ruler, it prepares its provisions in summer. It gathers its food during harvest. Be prepared, ladies and gentlemen, for this journey. Prepare yourselves in every step of the way. Don't be foolish. Don't rush yourself. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, but if you do it the way I've outlined it for you, I promise you'll have a lot easier of a roadmap than what I did and what many other traders do. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. I hope you learned something. I hope that it helps you out. Share it with someone that's also struggling with the same question that you might have had, and hopefully this will shine some light on that dark path. With that being said, take care, everyone. God bless y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.